What up, y'all? This is Nation, aka Savage. I'm Alpha, coming at you with the first pilot episode of The Dark Device, where I tackle all of your Mega Colony needs, and I'm still actually working on that. I'm not gonna lie. I don't know. I'm going to be working on that. By the time I come out with the first episode, I basically should already have some type of slogan. But if anybody want to do it, suggest, you know what I mean. If anybody want to suggest one, do so, because you already know community channel, everything else. Anyway, so today I want to talk about and go over what is going to be featured on this channel. And the reason why I wanted to do that, well, not this channel, but like this series in general. And the reason why I wanted to do that is for a couple of reasons. When I uploaded the introduction, which I'm considering like the trailer, like this is actually technically the pilot episode. But anyway, when I did that, that was on November 20th. It is now December 4th, which is like 2 weeks ago. And I feel a little guilty. I'm not gonna lie. I feel really guilty because there was a few people who, commented on my thing and I didn't even get a chance to really reply. And this is basically because I've been busy with a lot of stuff. You already know, like Thanksgiving just passed. Still have like a few stuff here and there personal that's on my plate. And then at the same particular time, my computer was acting up. So at the end of the day, I got most of that fixed. Everything should be okay. And to make up for it, most of the videos that I'm going to be uploading next week is going to be mainly, Dark Device videos, just to play a little bit of catch up. So I wanted to talk in this video today. I wanted to talk about, all the stuff that I'm going to be covering on this particular, series. Because you already know, like I said in the previous one, this is basically supposed to be a community project among all the Mega Colony players. This is also supposed to be a thing to help Mega Colony players, old and new, have some type of content for, this particular clan. So honestly, I like the clan that much that I actually wanted to make this whole series dedicated to it. So we're gonna have like a lot of fun with this. I'm not gonna lie. But first, there was a couple of things that somebody in the comments section did say. The first one was about my mic. I'm not necessarily sure it's really the mic. To be honest, I think it's the program. Because what I'm using is the voice recorder that comes with the computer. It's not the best. And I tried Audacity. And Audacity's kind of weird too. Like, I don't know. Honestly, the mic issue is eventually going to get fixed. But the mic isn't really that bad. It's like a PlayStation 4 mic. So the mic isn't really that bad. I'm just glad that I'm not picking up like any type of background noise or anything else like that. So honestly, until like something could get like fixed a little bit, this is the mic that I'm gonna have to be using for right now. Maybe it's something I have to deal with in the settings wise, but outside of that, I don't think the mic settings is really that bad. But if it really is, then obviously I gotta fix it somehow. So I'm definitely going to be looking around about that anyway. But next thing I want to talk about is the contacting, because I did say I am trying to take requests on everybody's ideas. So the way you can contact me is by my Facebook page, Savage Armor General Giraffe. Link, of course, will be in the description. I'm on there almost all the time. I'm glad. I'll be okay with it if you want to post on my page any type of requests. I don't necessarily mind. If I will also want you like to subscribe to the channel too, and also follow that page as well. So that's going to be a thing. I'm thinking about doing a Twitter, but if I do a Twitter, it's more likely going to be a different name. It's more likely going to be my Twitch name, which is Alicorn Lion. But if I do, actually, I kind of do, to be honest. I'm not gonna lie. I need to make multiple platforms, but to be honest, like, I'm the type of person who's all like, I already have one social media. What's the point of having others? But outside of that, man, yeah, that's basically where you can contact me if you want to contact any requests or anything else like that. You can find me through there or anything. So honestly, outside of all that, let's talk about what I'm going to be covering on this channel because we since we got all of that out the way. The first thing I want to talk about is, let's get this out the way as well, deck profiles and deck profile reactions. Like, let's be real. I'm basically going to be doing this a lot. I don't want it to be the main focus, but I also do want to say that I don't mind looking at other people's deck profiles, even if it turns out that it's a similar build to mine or the exact same build. I don't care. I want to see what everybody else is like trying to play and whatnot, and if there's like a card that people normally don't have out, I want to know the reason why. I want to see the reason why. And if it's more one of those things where somebody like won a tournament and whatnot, and they didn't do like a video of a deck profile, I want to analyze what I think the reason why said player played this particular card or that particular card. Like, one of the things I've seen like a premium list like the other day. I saw the premium list the other day and I was like, yo, this is kind of sort of similar to what I was trying to build with Mega Colony Premium and everything else like that. So yeah, we're gonna be doing deck profiles, gonna be doing deck profile reactions, but I don't want that to be the main focus, which is the reason why I'm making this video in a nutshell, because I don't know if anybody thinking that it's just gonna be nothing but deck profiles and everything else like that. No, it's gonna be completely different. We're gonna be talking about, the second thing I want to talk about is card analysis. We're going to be looking at individual cards or sometimes a group of cards, you know, old and new, and talk about the pros and the cons. If it's an old card from like the older series, I want to talk about that card when it was like in its glorified days, if it had a glorified day or anything else like that. And you know, I want to look at the pros and the cons. I want to talk about like what can improve in the card. I even want to do something where you kind of compare like the older version of certain cards and the newer version of certain cards and whatnot. And you know, like I said, I want to do like a comparison. I want to look at, you know, break the card down completely from like its core and talk about like its placement in certain decks and why people run it, why people don't run it, or anything else like that. For a prime example, let's take Machining Mantis. I mean, let's be real on that. You know, he's the grade 3 searcher that we've been having for like a very long time. So I want to, you know, compare, you know, if he still will have a spot in decks should you play him out of full play set and everything else like that. But you also gotta remember, these are just suggestions too. So like, you can take a completely 100% what I'm saying, or you pretty much have a different, like a, you know, a different opinion or stuff like that, which again, I'm definitely open to see, you know, discussions about certain cards, or, you know, discussions about, you know, what certain cards would do and what their placement is in the deck and whatnot. And that's basically what I'm going to be doing for some cards. Next up, which I was actually planning to do too, but I'm glad that some people brought it up in the comments. Matchups, you know, um, matchups they change. They really do. There will be one time where we might be very dominant against a certain clan, and then that clan gets some type of support, and all of a sudden, we're on the ropes. That actually works. That actually happens from time to time. There's just some clans that we once was very victorious about it, and all of a sudden, they get something that boosts them hard enough for us to become, now the prey. So I want to talk about good matchups, bad matchups. I want to talk about the meta matchups. What can we do against certain matchups? What the problem in our deck, on our decks is when it comes to Mega Colony in general, and I also want to do it when it comes to certain versions of Mega Colony too, because I feel like that yes, Gridor is pretty much like our best version of the clan, but at the same time, I feel like that there are certain decks that she can't tackle, but Golden Colio can. A prime example is Big Belly. I feel like, in my personal opinion, um, Big Belly versus Gridora, I feel like Big Belly has a better advantage, but I also feel like when it comes to gunning Colio and Big Belly, I feel like gunning Colio has a better advantage because gunning Colio could force a deck out towards the Big Belly player. So, in my honest opinion, there's going to be certain decks that gunning Colio is going to be reigning supreme compared to Ghidorah, and same thing vice versa, which is also the reason why I wanted to do, a matchup thing, just to break everything down, just like I'm doing with the card analysis. Next thing I also wanted to do was combo vids. Because somebody also did bring that up in the comment section as well, which is actually pretty good. I actually wanted to do some combo vids, and it's gonna be a little bit difficult. I'm not gonna lie, but I'm still willing to take the challenge and whatnot, because sometimes it's gonna be like, oh, this combo is like maybe for machining, or this combo's for for Gridor, or this one's for gunning Colio. Because it's like, if one combo works in one version of Mega Colony, it's probably not going to work in the other version. A prime example is, I think everybody remembers like the whole the draw combo with Water Gang, where you call Water Gang with Stag Beetle. You also call Hail Demise to restand Water Gang, and then use Water Gang's ability to go back into the soul and draw 2 cards. Like, I remember people were using that like a lot last year, and it did definitely help. But like, let's be real, nobody's gonna be trying to do that combo, and nobody's gonna be trying to do that combo on Ghidorah. Like, there's no way in hell people are gonna be trying to do that combo on Ghidorah. So honestly, like I said, some combos will work, some combos won't. But yeah, I'm definitely willing to do some like combo, based videos. Even if it's like short, even if it's not that long, I'm still willing to do so. And I'm definitely willing to explain it like you're 6 years old. That's another thing as well. Last but not least, I also wanted to look at reactions to fight videos. I wanted to make a few fight videos of my own. I do on my own on this channel as well. It's called Vanguard Gladiators. But I also wanted to look at other people's, fights when it comes to playing Mega Colony and whatnot. Regardless if you win or lose, I want to see gameplay. I want to see and break down, what the Mega Colony player does and whatnot, and what the other player does, and if something happens, I want to be like, oh yeah, this player should have done this, and the whole matchup would have went completely different. and stuff like that. So yeah, honestly, I want to do, matchup videos and everything else like that. At the same time, I think one extra one I wanted to talk about was VR comparisons. So when a new set comes out, I want to compare like all of the VRs to our VRs and talk about, what the possibility we can do towards, certain VRs. I know some people right now be like, well, won't that just fit with matchups? Yeah, there's also going to be a matchup thing, but I also want to do, straight up VRs alone. You know, what does the VR bring to the table? Like for a prime example, we're about to get set 12 in a couple of weeks. So now we're, yeah, a couple of Fridays from now. So I want to see like, yo, if we go like compare like let's say Grador and Gravio, like for a prime example. What does Gravio bring to the table, especially when it compares to like some of the older Angel Feather support, and what does and how does Ghidorah, compare against her? How does she fare against her and everything? So yeah, I definitely want to do all that. So for a quick recap, we're doing deck profiles, deck profile reactions, card analysis, matchup, combo videos, fight